Hello, all you beautiful human beings. Welcome back to something new with Zodi's universe. So I should have done like 3 weeks ago or like a month ago, 2 months ago. But I wanted to do a little segment I like to call my Black Observation. Um, I basically wanted to give you my insight of what I view as a Black person, as a Black woman living in this United States of what we so called America. Um, I don't feel like it's a good America or, America that we should be living in now. We're in 2020. So I was supposed to do this again like 3 months ago. And since 2020 is like going to be over in like 2 months, basically, I feel like this whole year. So let's just go back to the beginning of 2020. Like even before in 2019 sucked. It really did. And we thought, 2020 is going to be our year. It's going to be perfect. It's going to be great. But when we get into January, so the 26th, unfortunately, which is my best friend's birthday, we find out that one of the greatest people that whoever came on this planet has died, along with his daughter and other people. We lost Kobe Bryant, which was so devastating to everybody to know that this human being who's been so great, who's been an angel, who's been so inspiring. I still think about Kobe, I do, because he was somebody I thought was a wonderful person, and I inspired to just look at how much good leadership that he had, and how he inspired so many people. And I fell in love with basketball because of him. Besides Michael Jordan and all the other greats, but he was somebody you just thought was amazing. But that day was terrible. It was awful. It was horrible. I broke down in tears. I'm trying not to think about it now because it was sad for me to just look at that. The next month in February, it just like after Kobe stuff, it all just kind of plummeted to the ground, and it's got worse and worse and worse. On top of that, the next month we found out about COVID.
The coronavirus has killed at least 1 million people across the globe, a nightmarish milestone in the world's fight against the virus that emerged from Wuhan, China, late last year, according to data compiled by Johns Hopkins University. Roughly half of the world's total COVID-19 fatalities have been reported in only 4 countries, the United States, Brazil, India and Mexico, according to Hopkins data. The U.S. reached a death toll above 200,000 people last week, more than any other country on the planet. Declared a pandemic over 6 months ago, the coronavirus has swept through nearly every nation and has infected more than 33 million people along the way, according to Johns Hopkins. It's shuttered businesses and schools, wreaking havoc on global economies and leaving millions unemployed.
The government already knew about this. They already knew about it. They just didn't want to tell them so. Now all of a sudden 2020 is here. Let's just spread it out to the whole world. And look what it has become now. It has killed so many people and caused so much harm to the whole world. Lockdown, quarantine, people losing their jobs, people losing their family members, people not being protective of themselves by wearing masks when they go out in public. It just seems like people don't really care. They think it's a joke, especially the beginning. Oh, COVID is not nothing. It's not going to do anything, whatever. No, people are really dying out here, and people are still dying and still in hospitals because of this. And people are lost without their jobs. People, again, have lost family members due to this. And it's devastating to the whole world. So when you say you don't care, you're just more being selfish and not being precautious, especially when you go outside in public areas where there's so many people outside. When that first came out, and when I decided to go, I'll just go get, food and supplies. It was a lot of people in my area just not giving a shit, not wearing masks. Oh, I'm suffocating, whatever. Are you being selfish about the situation, or you just don't care about human life? Which is pretty obvious that you don't. So that happened. Next month, we go into March. Breonna Taylor shot in her apartment with her boyfriend. Shot in her house. 32 shots were taken to her apartment. Only 2 human beings shot. 32 times. Shots have been fired. 32 times. I watched a documentary today. I mean, I'm still reminded by it, but I mean, we should never forget her name at all. But watching that and reliving that again, it broke my heart.
I just let off one shot. Like, I still can't see who it is or anything. So now the door's like flying open. Then all of a sudden there's a whole lot of shots.
The 26-year-old was a local ambulance technician, a true lifesaver, and was killed when police returned gunfire. You see her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, being arrested here in the parking lot. They tried to charge him with trying to kill police officers, but those charges were later dropped. In another newly released interview, we hear from the highest-ranking officer who was at the couple's door trying to execute the no-knock warrant.
And do you remember the name of the target on the search warrant?
Not offhand.
His interview happened weeks later, and Sergeant John Mattingly told investigators he couldn't remember whose name was on the warrant or if police announced who they were when they first started banging on the door.
You said you guys didn't initially announce?
No, the first bang on the door did not announce. I think after that we did. After that, each one of them had police come to the door, search warrant, police search warrant.
They had no fucking right to do any of that shit. None at all. From viewing that document, you had your suspect. You arrested him. So what was the point of going to Breonna Taylor's house? How does it take, 50 cops, 60 cops for 2 people to blast on their fucking door, shoot her, kill her? You're saying you're not racist, you fucking cops, but you are. You're fucking racist. And for you to kill that girl, that beautiful black queen, for nothing. Y'all deserve to be in jail for your fucking life, forever in your fucking life, because you had no right to shoot her. And I didn't understand. I still don't understand how somebody cannot do their research first, especially if you're a cop. I would think that you will research first who this person is before you decide to knock on a door, say that you knocked on and said we have a warrant, and you have somebody say you didn't knock on the door. We said, her boyfriend said, Kenneth Walker said, who's at the door, who is this? No, nobody said anything. I wasn't there, but from my perspective of what he was saying, I believe Kenneth Walker. He said, and I quote, "Who's at the door?" Nobody said anything. I saw the scan, the whole video of everything on that documentary, and I burst into tears. He cried, praying to God that his girlfriend wasn't dead. And it's shameful to me because when I was watching it, I thought to myself, what if that was me? What if that was one of my friends? What if that was my mother or my sister? Are they gonna get any justice at all because they're black? She still don't got no justice. You know, when I was little, I wished I was white because I didn't like the color of my skin. I didn't. And I thought to myself, well, all white people get so much privilege and black people don't. Oh, white people got the beautifulest hair. I don't. I wanted to be white. And now I think to myself, I'm fucking beautiful. I'm fucking amazing. I have the most beautifulest skin. So gorgeous. And I wish I could tell myself that as a child. I wish I can see myself and tell my small version of myself, my 10-year-old self, baby, you are beautiful. You are gorgeous. You have the most beautifulest hair. You have the most gorgeous skin in the world. And I just constantly look at so much shit that's still going on in this world, and I just it's like you can't trust white people more. I mean, there was no trust there in the beginning to me. But it's sad that we have to deal with it. It's terrible that we have to deal with it. Because this is supposedly America, which I don't feel that it is America. All right, so going on to George Floyd. Everybody has seen that video. If you haven't, then you should. So, the fact that that officer decided to put his knees on that man's neck, that means you have no empathy in your soul. You have evilness inside of your soul. Because what you did was uncalled for. And you just look so happy when you did it too. I hope you're proud of yourself. I hope you think about what you did and you reflect on that, because what you did is you murdered somebody. And the other 3 cops who, I don't want to speak their names because they don't exist in my mind. But what you did while watching your fellow officer nearly killing somebody with his knee on his neck, not saying a damn thing, but letting him do it. I hope that seeps in the back of your mind of you just seeing somebody kill an innocent man. You could have questioned him, but if he did something wrong, then ask him questions. Don't decide to say, oh, you're resisting arrest. I'm going to put my knee on your neck and watch you suffer. And probably why I laugh watching you suffer. Because why? Because you're black and I'm white and I have white privilege. So, and on top of that, I'm a cop, so I can do anything I can. I can do anything I want because I have that privilege, because I have this badge, because I have this gun. I can put my knee in your neck and probably laugh at it because it's funny to me. But after these known deaths, protests have been rising. Anger has been rising through so many black people. And there's so many other people who have died because of the hands of police. And they still don't have any justice. And it's fucking 2020. Again, people of my skin have been doing, or people of my skin have been dealing with this shit for so many years. Going back to being slaves. So many years. It's a travesty for all of us to deal with this. It's like sometimes when I go outside and I see a cop, I initially just want to flip them off and say, fuck you. But at the same time, I'm scared for my life. Because I'm afraid that I'm going to die because I'm black. I feel like officers need to be trained more or be investigated more, or like get their background checked before they decide to be a cop. Because if you're willing or wanting to help other people, then you should help other people. Not say, oh, I'm a cop now. I'm white. I see a black person. I want to shoot them. Why? Because they're black. There are some cops who are good. But from my perspective, I don't see a lot of good cops. I don't. And it's scary to me because what's going to happen in the future? What's going to happen next year? What are we going to see? Are we going to see any justice or any change? So we're going to go even deeper into my observation of what being black is, especially being in the generation that I am. I view so many things. So if y'all want to hear more parts, or you think I should do another part to talk about more of my thinking of things about black people, please feel free to leave a comment below and we can have a discussion about this if you want to. It's up to you. Make sure before you go, make sure you click on that like and subscribe button to Zodi's Universe. Go check out the last episode of Zodi's Universe, and hopefully I'll do another segment or another video of this. But again, if you think I should do another video about this, please feel free to comment below. I will see you in the Zodiverse. I'm out.